Cold out, baby. Minus 10 degrees. You know, it's supposed to get up to 50 by next Wednesday. So back up into the heat waves. That's a good thing, right? All right, man. I only got so many minutes. What's on my mind? Oh yeah, man. Watching the Black Satan box, the programming, the programming box shows all them demons in the White House inviting the Ukrainian president in to give him another $80 billion on top of what they've already given him. Now TikTok is exploding with people that are, you know, that's our money, that's our tax money, that's our money, you know. And okay guys, you know, I can't believe how many people just don't get it. You know, you just don't quite understand that the United States is up to $200 trillion in debt. You got all the derivatives, you got corporate debt. I mean, do you guys realize that a lot of corporations, I think it's 98% of all corporations are in so much debt that if the investors pulled their money out of the stock market, out of their company, they would go belly up. Okay, the only reason that so many companies are even operating and staying afloat is because of investor money being poured in. You know, that's how bad it is, guys. I mean, billions and billions and trillions in debt. Anyway, the number I'm hearing is $200 trillion in debt, roughly. You know, that's the United States. So in other words, if you take a country like Africa, you know, that's dirt poor in a lot of places, Africa is 200 trillion times richer than the United States. The only reason we operate like we do and we live like we do is because the dollar is the reserve currency of the world. But it's not going to be that way long because, you know, the Russia and China, BRICS, Saudi Arabia, they're all getting ready to ditch the dollar. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it for a reason. Okay, they're going to crash the economy. They're going to bring in the New World Order, guys. That's all it is. Mark of the beast. All that biblical stuff, man. It's coming. It's coming. But anyway, man, back on the subject. I can't believe how many people just don't get it. You know, they're so dumbed down. They think that this money, this counterfeiting that the government does, this fake money that has no value because it doesn't. You know, they get upset because they think that somehow that money is real and that it's theirs, and they're never ever going to see it anyway. It's never going to touch their hands, even if we didn't give it, you know. What was it? I mean, this is how much the government lies and deceives. When Trump was president, you know, he wanted $5 billion for that wall, and the government at that time, the Democrats and everybody were saying, no, we can't do that. We don't have that kind of money. But yet they turn around, and since then they've signed how many bills for $5 trillion, $2 trillion, $10 trillion Trump, and then they give money like $50 billion, $100 billion over to Ukraine. You know, all that money, they got all the money they want, guys. They just start up the printing presses and they flood the market. And that's how it goes. This is how they do it. There is no gold standard. They had it one time, but they decided they didn't have enough money to do what they wanted to do, so they broke away from the gold standard to just indefinitely print. So anyway, speaking of Trump, now he was bitching the other day that the new one here. Well, no, before I get to Trump, let's go to Biden, because Biden was bragging about, you know, about a month ago, on how the economy, which doesn't exist, so he's lying to you right there. The economy is doing so well that we're going to have an $80 billion surplus, which is a lie. You know, he can just lie to the American people, lie to the world, and people are so dumbed down, they don't understand that they just buy whatever they're being fed. So according to Biden, we're going to have an $80 billion surplus. And now he's signing a $1.7 trillion package just to keep the government running because we're in debt and we don't have the money. 1.7 trillion a month ago, he said we're going to have 80 billion sitting in our pockets because I'm doing such a great job. So all they do is lie. That's what politicians do. And Trump was on TikTok. He just made a speech going off about the $1.7 trillion, you know, and how it's going to destroy the economy, how reckless it is, and this and this and this and this, right? When Trump sat down with Steve Mnuchin and all these other vampire demons that flood the White House, and he signed a check for $10.2 trillion when he was in office, okay, to keep the government running and to fund these projects and fund these projects and do this and do this. So here's Trump bitching about the 1.7, but yet he signed a 10.2. Unbelievable, man. And like I say, nobody catches this shit. They just listen to it, and they you're not doing your homework, man. One more thing. Let's get into Trump again one more time. They're trying to, you know, make him show his taxes. You know, they're trying to, whatever, man. Who knows? And again, I think they're all in bed together. They just go back and forth to keep the sheep occupied in their brains, so they're not preoccupied knowing what the government's really doing. But anyway, man, they're going after Trump's taxes. And look what the rest of the other look what the rest of the government does compared to Trump. They do the same thing, if not worse. Nancy Pelosi, all of them, they're all multimillionaires. They all rape and rob you and molest your kids. Anyway, man, I'm out of time here, guys. There is no economy. There is no such thing. Okay, so every time these guys give away 80 billion, 100 billion, quit bitching about it, because it doesn't matter anyway. BRICS is about to pull the rug on the dollar, and your Cinderella story of how you live in this country compared to Africa and some of these really poor countries, I think is about to come to an end. Again, it's all biblical, mark of the beast, this type. They want to bring in the New World Order. They got to collapse the economy to do that. So anyway, peace out. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.